Really, uh, so tragic what's going on. There's something really bad just happened. Uh, it's in the plane industry. Okay, so they've just crashed another plane. Okay, they do this. I'm gonna have to tell you, they quite this quite a few times. Okay, I've been reporting it ever since for a long time. Okay, now basically, these planes are owned by Jumbo. Okay, Jumbo is dad. He's John's dad. Jumbo is a wonderful guy. He is basically the head of the British Army and American military. And Jumbo owns the plane industry. However, it got stolen off him. And then there was one person that kept Jumbo's legacy alive in the business, and that's Richard Branson. Richard Branson, he will tell you he's actually playing my part. Uh, so I'm Jumbo's family, see, and I'm something to do with the plane industry. And Richard Branson will tell you himself he's actually playing my part. And we own the jumbo jet plane industry. However, we only own a section of it right now. The rest has been stolen by Witch's upper classes group of homosexuals. They run the train services, and look what they've just done right now. They've killed 179 people in South Korea in a plane crash. Now, this plane crash is done in South Korea. South Korea is very pro-American. Okay, so is North Korea. Kim Jong Un is very pro-American. He's a very good friend of mine. Okay, I've known him for a very long time. Kim Jong Un, Max de Jong were Dutch. Kim Jong Un supports the Dutch people, no Holland. Okay, so that means British people too. And Jumbo, his plane service was stolen off him, also stolen his train services. Now, we've been talking about the train services all day long, and look what's just happened now. The upper class gays, the gay community, have just pulled down this plane. They can do this sort of stuff. And guess where they're attacking? South Korea. That is essentially America. Okay, uh, now the plane industry is stolen off Jumbo. Is Elephant and Castle, a tube stop in London, which describes the whole train services in the underground, the overground, and Jumbo Jet. Plane industry, Elephant and Castle, is Jumbo's named after an elephant, and he is the British Army, and we're Trident. And these guys who are pulling down planes, technically they're chimpanzees. They never act like humans, and they're doing stuff like this. They're attacking America. It's actually Greg's. They're the train services. They're killing Jamaicans, but now let's look what they're doing to Americans and their friends. Southeast Asia, Thailand. Thailand is America's friend. So is Korea and Kim Jong Un, and so is the northern India area. Okay, so now, okay, the people that pulled this plane down, they're also the train services. Okay, so and the train services are owned by the Christian church. Okay, the gay community. I'm sorry, they're not Christians, they're witches. No Christians would do something like crash 179 people, because we're talking about how my wife, Pilgrim, who's the head of Essex Girls and Boys, we are Richard Branson. Right, now we own the plane industry, and look how we're getting attacked right here today, and by the train services have pulled this plane down. Train services in King's Cross, London. Train services we've been in all round England, that I've been everywhere in Europe. and they're appalling, abysmal. They're Jack the Ripper, and look what they've just done. Okay, that's sort of the gay community. Okay, it's your gay bars. They also run the pubs. They also run McDonald's, Greggs, and the train services, and the Christian churches. Christians are pulling these planes down because they're Mr. African Big Cock instead for homosexual sex. How do you feel? Are you a British homosexual? This is all done for you, and you're sex with big big guys for anal sex. These guys in Korea and America, they're too slim. They're getting by those guys. Right. Yeah, so yeah, okay, the plane industry is actually owned by Richard Branson. No, but he only owns a section of the plane industry right now, and sadly, the jumbo jet industry has been completely stolen by very bad hoodlums. Right, they're literally pigeons next to somebody like anyone we know. Okay, so now with the jumbo jet industry, it's actually now owned by Miriam Pilgrim. Okay, now Pilgrim is the head family of the Essex boys and the Essex girls. We're all over England, all over America. Actually, Pilgrim has been played by Taylor Swift, and we're under attack. We've just lost a whole load of people today. We've done nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong. Now, the Essex boys, anybody who's into Taylor Swift, Essex boys, right, the train services have just done this attack. Right, it's 179 people dead, kids. Alright, now there's all these people on those trains. The customers right there are in a system that's now doing this. They're attacking the Essex boys. Alright, very serious fucking attack right there, right? Very serious. Okay, we can go a little bit further right now and we just tell you that the jumbo jet industry was stolen by dullards. You'll never believe they're so bad. The dullards. They're the corner shops. They're dark Indian corner shops. They've stolen the plane industry off Jumbo, off the Beatles. The people that have stolen it loathe music. They are a No Girls Allowed group influencing the upper classes in a long-term affair they've been having. It's basically voodoo. No girls allowed. It comes up everywhere, especially in the gay community. Okay, so with the train services to the Essex boys, I say this: somebody's done that to you. The people that have done that, the door is fucking wide open. There's women and kids coming in and out of there, and that's the Christian church that have just attacked you. Right now, they're going ha 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 afterwards, because nobody's going to do anything about it, even though the door is wide open. Hundreds of people are coming in and out at every station throughout Britain, right under the noses of the Essex boys, who are actually a huge group right now. We are all the Taylor Swift fans. Okay, all the Taylor Swift songs are roughly in and around what's going on in our lives. We have love affairs, family relations. Like, for instance, my dad is John. He's John Lennon. We're explaining this. There's a song by Taylor Swift. I love her songs, and London Boy by Taylor Swift is about me. It's about me in Dallas and Keith and us down there in central London. We're Facebook, and we're rather big in America. Okay, so with Jumbo, Now we are Jumbo is Facebook basically. You know, this is his grandson. Grandson is Facebook basically. It's so you know it's got such a bad image, computer programming, but it's actually really quality stuff. I mean, the people that were actually created Facebook, I know who they are, and they're absolutely amazing tech engineers in computing. Okay, and this is serious stuff. It's not to be Alice and turned into something rather grungy and ridiculous, and they say some stupid names to ridicule us. Who's done that? Your corner shops, who can't even spell computer. They own the computer and they stole Facebook off us, and they're the gay community. They've stolen half the plane industry. Richard Branson is sitting there today devastated every time a plane is coming down. That's one of his planes, and they're attacking Richard Branson at all these attacks. Right now, he is actually a Christian, but look what they're doing to him. What do you guys think as Christians? What do you think? Should the gays in the Christian church, they're witches, should they be doing that to Richard Branson? He's a lovely guy. You know, leave him alone. Leave his business alone. Leave his people alone. He's a company manager, and they're killing all his fucking customers. Or what we're going to do to McDonald's? Or we're going to do to fucking the train services? Hundreds of people. Okay. Okay. This attack to the plane that came down today. Okay. I've just been doing a lot of writing now. Reporting. I'm a very good reporter. I can better than the BBC journalists. Better than Panorama. Okay, I'm a very experienced journalist. I've been doing journalism since I was very young, possibly about 9 or 10. I was in with the top newspaper people. We'll talk about this later, but about Richard Branson. Now, this attack that's just gone on in South Korea, the plane crash. Now, it's a jumbo jet that's gone down. That's Richard Branson's plane. Now, he's under attack very badly. Okay, now it's actually a few days ago. Richard Branson was making an updated statement, you know, in Richard Branson's life, and he did a short interview, literally 3 or 4 days ago, and he's a wonderful guy, and he just carried on all of that. Okay, no big deal. This interview, really, you know, great guy, just describing what's going on right now in 2004, right after Christmas. What and it was a very short interview 3 4 days ago, and here we go. There's a plane that's gone down. Richard Branson is just unbelievably devastated, horrified. He wants to leave work. He doesn't want to work there anymore. Who would want to work there? They're pulling planes down every year to attack a great guy, Richard Branson. Okay, this plane attack, okay, it's to basically to Thailand and Buddhists. Okay, now they're being called too slim by Africans for homosexual sex, and they're commanding the death of all these people all over the place: Russia, America, Germany, Korea, India, even in Africa, so certainly in Israel. And this is what's going on. And then Richard Branson, he wants to leave work. Okay, he just can't put it into words. Right, the poor guy. All right. Now, okay, so um, so this is a South Korean plane. All right, now South Korea is well known for pro-American country. So is Thailand. Thailand is even more pro-American. Okay, now what's happened is, did you know Vietnam, very close to South Korea, Vietnam and China, okay, this is Sylvia's China, by the way, uh, are attacking America. China is attacking America, and they've just attacked a plane in South Korea, actually coming from China. Now that China, we saw earlier in Camden Town, what they're doing. It's a butchering system, right? We saw this butchering system in the 80s and 90s, right? In Camden Town, they're running the restaurant trade, the farming industry have done this. This is our own Sainsbury's. Okay, to the Essex boys, the farming industry have pulled our planes down, me and Pilgrim. These are our planes. Richard Branson is actually playing my part, and pulling our planes down right in front of us. And okay, so now the Chinese, right, have just pulled this plane down to attack the Essex boys, right? Now, as you see in the restaurant down in Camden, the Chinese are butchering us, right? They're butchering us, right? Now, we've done nothing to them, right? Nothing at all, right? And this is the Chinese takeaways up and down the country. They're attacking the Essex boys and the jumbo jet industry, right? Now, they don't like Indo Holland, for instance. My dad is my other dad, my main dad, not my main dad, but he's my other dad, and he's also a main dad. He's from Holland, and he's Indo. Well, Holland is Indo Holland. If you didn't know, they're married to Indo world, Indonesia, some parts of India. Certainly a lot of part of the Bollywood stuff, and then so Holland is a very rich country. Now, we'll talk about that later, but so the plane that's gone down is an attack to America and Essex Boys and Taylor Swift, right? And that attack to that plane is actually going on in Britain. Now it's going on, and it's, who's giving that attack? It's the Chinese takeaways. Okay, it's that Chinese restaurant down in Camden. Yeah, it's those guys. They've just pulled this plane down. They're attacking South Korea. They're attacking Thailand. Basically, hippies, the Beatles. Okay, this plane attack. Okay, it's to basically to Thailand and Buddhists. Okay, now they're being called too slim by Africans for homosexual sex, and they're commanding the death of all these people all over the place: Russia, America, Germany, Korea, India, even in Africa, so certainly in Israel. And this is what's going on. And then Richard Branson, he wants to leave work. Okay, he just can't put it into words. Like the poor guy. All right. Now, okay, so um, all right, about all right, about more about Jumbo. Jumbo's elephant and castle is just an elephant, and castle is a king, and he's Saint John's ambulance. Um, Now, more about Jump. The Dark Indians really hate Jumbo, right? They hate him. He's basically yoga Jumbo, right? Now, um, now the Dark Indians have poisoned Jumbo's family. They're using poisons from the hospitals, and they're making them in the hospitals and then spiking this onto people. We'll talk much more about that later. It's a big story right there. There's quite a lot of stories there. Okay, now, uh, yeah, about Jumbo is I was explaining he's the Beatles, and he's very hated by the dark Indian corner shops who hate music and women, and they taught the upper classes the no girls allowed. Okay, so now Jumbo, who is the elephant and Castle, he's the king. He's being attacked by these guys, right? Um, Jumbo is also depicted really well by Alfred Hitchcock. Okay, so that's Jumbo. Okay, that's the real life depiction of who Jumbo, what he was really like, and so you can see the great guy actually in Fantastic when you find out more. Okay, and so Jumbo started out in the theatre world. He started theatre advertising, and then that became football advertising. Okay, so now he started out in theatre. He's doing very well. He's basically a king, and then he created Hollywood, and it's literally created by Jumbo. He owns the studios there, for instance, and he owns all the London studios, Pinewood and Shepperton too. This is owned by Jumbo and depicted by Alfred Hitchcock. Jumbo brought in Winston Churchill, who's part of Jumbo's family. Okay, so Jumbo is the army too. Now, the Dark Indians don't like Jumbo, right? It's also because of this fact. Alfred Hitchcock made a film about them, right? And uh, he was talking about a psycho homosexual in women's showers. Okay, now that's the film Psycho, right? And so why make a film about this guy, the homosexual psycho? It's because this homosexual psycho is running the hospitals. And Jumbo made a film about it called Psycho, and he brought in Hitchcock, who also talked about the death of the Irish people, the beautiful Irish women, in one of his films, Rebecca, and Psycho and Birds.